On the left side of the steering column you have the stalk for the light control, which controls the lights and the turning indicator. You push it up, the turning indicator towards the right side switches on. You pull it down and the turning indicator towards the left switches on. To turn on the lights, you turn the head of the stalk like this. Now it's the parking light that is switched on. One more step and it's the dipped headlights. And to get full beam, you push it down and you push it up briefly. That is if you want to give a signal to pass another vehicle. To switch off the lights, you turn it back again to this position. On some trucks there is the option of a cruise control, and that is integrated in the same stalk as the light switch. When you have reached the speed you want to keep constant, you push the button on the outside and you now have engaged the cruise control at that speed. If you want to increase the speed, you twist this one. Each twist will increase the speed by 3 kilometers per hour. Or if you want to reduce the speed, you twist it backwards. To disengage the cruise control, you can either push the switch, the button again, or you can engage the brake or the clutch pedal. All three will disengage the cruise control. On the right side of the steering column, we have the stalk for controlling the windshield wiper and the washer. You start the washer by pushing the button on the top, which engages the wiper and it also washes the windshield. And if it's raining very heavily, then you can engage the high-speed wiper. With the same stalk you also control the emergency lights. You push it up and the emergency lights switch on. With the same stalk you also engage and disengage the automatic exhaust brake. If you push it down, now the automatic exhaust brake is engaged. So every time you push the brake pedal or you release the accelerator, the exhaust brake will engage automatically. The stalk on the right side also controls the EEB. The EEB is switched on in the rear position, like here. If you want to switch it off, you push it forward. In the rear position, every time you release the accelerator, it switches on. And it's the extra engine brake. This is a very convenient way to slow down the truck without using the wheel brakes. Further to the left we have some small storage spaces. We also have the radio. We have the space where the bodybuilder will install additional switches if needed. The cigarette lighter also can be used for electric connections. We have the climate control with a switch for the temperature setting. Below that one we have space for additional switches, which will either be used by the bodybuilder or for additional equipment for the truck. On the right side of the dashboard we have the switch for the raising and lowering the dip headlight. This may be needed if you have a different load of the truck, so you can adjust the height of the dipped headlight. There is also the connection for the driver ID. This is a USB connection where you can download the driver data for fuel economy, etc. When you switch on the ignition, the first thing the dashboard will show is it will do a self-test. So you will see all the gauges go to its maximum and then go back to its zero position, like this. The speed dial, the RPM, the fuel gauge and the temperature gauge. On the left side, the speedometer will tell you how fast you're driving. On the right side you will see the RPM meter, which tells you the engine RPM. The ideal RPM for driving is in the green band between 900 and 1600 RPM. Never let the RPM reach into the red area. That will damage your engine. The engine temperature meter, when you start, it's normal that it will show in cold, but during driving it should not reach into the red area, which indicates that the engine is overheating and you must check the engine coolant level. On the left side we have the fuel gauge, which shows you how much fuel you have left. Any red indicator on the dashboard will indicate there is a serious problem and that you should stop as soon as possible to investigate further. Any yellow lights is something that you should take care of. Like in this case, it indicates that the driver's door is open. If we close the driver's door, the light will go out. In case of hazardous situation in the traffic, we of course also have a signal on the truck which is activated by the center part of the steering wheel, like this. And this should only be used when there is a threatening situation. Don't use it to greet your friends or call out for somebody to wave at you. It should only be used to call for a dangerous situation. The parking brake is located behind the steering wheel. To engage it, pull it straight up backwards. On the doors you also have the controls for the windows, electrically controlled windows. So we have had a problem, the dipped headlight on the left side. So what we do, we have to check the fuse. So we open the fuse box and we check the diagram. On the inside of the lid we see the dipped headlights, so we know which fuse it is. It's a 10 amp red color. I take it out and I will put in the new fuse, which is 10 amp as prescribed. I attach it in the tool. I can reinsert it in its proper position.